Good morning, everyone. My name is M.Pd, and thank you so much for joining me today. In today's presentation, I want to talk about 4th July or United States Independence Day. In this presentation, I want to talk about, I'll cover 3 points. First, the 4th July definition. Next, I will talk about the 4th July history. And lastly, I will talk about the founding fathers that signed the independence text. Let's start by what is 4th July. 4th July is also called Independence Day, is the day that public holiday in the United States America that celebrate the event of the adoption, the Declaration of Independence, which declares the original colonies to be free from British rule. Next, let's talk about the Independence Day history. Uh, we start from 1770s. The Great Britain has established the number of colonies in North America. At that time, the trade was restricted, so the colonies had to rely on Britain for imported stuff. And then there are also no bank, very little money, the tax also very high, and most of the colonies are sad, disappointed, and angry. And then there's also an event called Boston Massacre. It happened in 1770s when British soldiers opened fire to the colonies and killing 5 men in the Boston. In 1773, Boston people dressed as Mohawk Indian boarded British ship and dumped a chest of tea to the Boston harbor during the Boston Tea Party. After that, in April 1775, the Revolutionary War broke out. The colonies wanted independence from the Great Britain. A lot of group colonies fought against the British Army in the battles of Lexington and Concord. George Washington was selected to be the commander-in-chief to lead 13 colonies army. In the following year, many colonies had to pay for the independence. Then on June 7, when the Continental Congress met at Pennsylvania State House, later called Independence Hall, in the Philadelphia. After long discussion, on July 4th, the Continental Congress for the Ally adopted the Declaration of the Independence, which had been written gradually by Thomas Jefferson. The vote for actual independence was placed on the July 2nd, but on the 4th became the day that was celebrated the birth of the American independence. Uh, Next, I will talk about the famous founding father that signed the text of declaration. First, uh, George Washington. George Washington was commander-in-chief on the Continental Army during the American Revolutionary War. He was the first president of America. Next is Benjamin Franklin. He is mostly known as respected scientist and great diplomat. Uh, and next is John Adams. He is the second of President of United States. He also the first person that suggests celebrating Independence Day with the party and fireworks. Also, there is John Hancock. He was the first member of the Continental Congress to sign the Declaration of Independence. Also, if you take closer on the text of the Independence, you will see his big sign is so big. His reason for this is simple. He wants to everyone know that he signed and can read it without using glasses. There is still time to do this, so I want to add some info about the American flag. Uh, American flag has 13 horizontal stripes, 7 red alternate with six white. This stripe is represent the original 13 colonies, and there also star is represent the 50 state of the Union. The color of the flag, red, white, and blue, is symbolic as well. Red symbolizes the hardiness and valor, white symbolizes the purity and innocence, and blue represent vigilance, represent and justice. Uh, that is all. That brings us. That brings us to the end of the presentation. I like to summarize that 4th July is the public holiday for American people, which declared the American independence from British rule. And that's all. Thank you so much for your attention. Then I will end my presentation and thank you.